Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter coordinate plane. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on the chapter coordinate plane. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so I'm going to start with the lesson. Follow directions on no object on coordinate plane all four quadrants. What is the y coordinate of the star? The y coordinate of the star is 5. The correct option is 5. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the y coordinate of the blue star? The coordinate of the blue star is just matched to the y-axis. It is 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the y coordinate of the yellow square? The y coordinate of the yellow square is 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the y coordinate of the blue star? Here is the blue star, the y coordinate is 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the x coordinate of the blue square? The x coordinate of the blue square, that is 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the y coordinate of the triangle? So here is the triangle. Match it to the y-axis, so it goes with 3. So the y coordinate is 3. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the x coordinate of the purple heart? What is the x coordinate of the purple heart? So that is -3 it is. What is the y coordinate of the pentagon? Green pentagon. So which is the correct option? What is the y coordinate of the blue heart? What is the y coordinate of the blue heart is -1. It is -1, but you're not given with the options. Okay, so let's just select any of them. What is the y coordinate of the purple square? Y coordinate of the purple square is 4. Option number 2 is the correct option, that is 4. What is the y coordinate of the blue square? The y coordinate of the blue square is -4. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. The last lesson is, let's just start with the lesson. Just 1 minute. Okay, so the first thing we are going to learn is the quadrants, right? What are the quadrants and how do we work on with the quadrants, right? So let's just look at the question we are on right now. So starting, you have to go anti-clockwise, like the opposite direction to clock. This is the first quadrant. You can see here you have all the positive values of x and all the positive values of y. X is positive and y is positive. This is the second quadrant. You have x is negative and y values are positive, second quadrant, right? So now we have the third quadrant. Third quadrant, you can see x values are all negative and y values are all negative. Then we have the fourth quadrant. X values are positive and y values are negative. So which shape is in quadrant 2? This is the second quadrant, right? Quadrant 2, we have the square. So the correct option is quadrant 2, we have the square. Let's just start. Which shape is in quadrant 2, which is the correct option? This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant. In second quadrant, we have the triangle. Which shape is in quadrant 2? This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant. So in second quadrant, we have the second quadrant, we have the star. So option number 1 is the correct option. Which shape is in quadrant 4? This is fourth quadrant we have. So in option number 1 is the correct option. Each coordinate or graph has four quadrants: the top left, the top right, the top bottom right. Print out some coordinates and draw objects on each quadrant. Okay. Which shape is in quadrant 2? The second quadrant is a star. Option number 2 is the correct option. What shape is in quadrant 2? This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant. That is a triangle. Option number 1 is the correct option. Which shape is in quadrant 2? This is the first quadrant and this is the second quadrant. So in second quadrant we have a Square, option number 3 is the correct option. What shape is in quadrant 2? So, which is the correct option? The second quadrant we have the square. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next lesson. So we are done with the chapter coordinate plane. Start with the next lesson. With the lesson coordinate plane. So the next lesson is variable expressions. Let's just start with the lesson. Write variable expressions. Start with the first one. Which expression? Write an expression for n less than 217. Less than means you have to subtract, right? So n less than 217 means you need to subtract n out of 217. So that is 217 minus n. Let's just start with the test questions. Write an expression for 28 more than w. So 28 more than w means you need to add 28 to w. So option number 2 is the correct option, that is w plus 28. Write an expression for y increased by 47. So increased, add, more, these all the are the word means you need to add. So it is y plus 47. Option number 2 is the correct option. Write an expression for b subtracted by 109. That is 109 take away b. Option number 1 is the correct option. Write an expression for 176 subtracted from t. So, which is the correct option? That is the second one, t minus 176. Write an expression for y minus 349. So, which is the correct option? That is option number 1 is the correct option. Write an expression for u decreased by 362. That is u minus 362. Option number 2 is the correct option. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is fewer p is fewer than 207. Write an expression for n less than 217. So, which is the correct option? That is n 217 take away n. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is write variable expressions, word problems. Let's just start with the lesson. Julie had 27 CDs until she won C more test. Choose the expression that shows how many CDs Julie has now. So she already has C, right? That is so that is 217 plus C. Sorry, 27 plus C, right? Because she has C more than 27. So let's just start with the test questions. Read the question very carefully, then you will get your answer. You just have to understand the question. Coins. Then he found P more coins in the drawer. Choose the expression that shows how many coins Rumi has. So he already has 61. Right now he have C more than 61. So that is sorry P more than 61. So that is 61 plus P. Option number 4 is the correct option. Option number 4 is the correct option. Tammy has 23 buttons, Katy has B. More buttons than Tammy. So more means you need to add. So which is the correct option? B, more buttons. That would be B plus 23 or 23 plus B. Option number 4 is the correct option. Julie has Julie had 27 CDs until she won C more in a contest. Choose the expression that shows how many CDs Julie has now. So which is the correct option? That is 27 plus C. Option number 1 is the correct option. Albert has 96 pieces of candy. He gives away C of the pieces. Choose the expression that shows the he gives away C. So that is C minus 96 because he all. What's wrong? What's wrong with the question? No, that is 96 minus C. Okay, the next one is Mike bought a bag of S sour candies. He ate 90 of the candies. Choose the expression. That is S minus 90. Option number 3 is the correct option. Shannon planted T fewer trees than Paco. Paco planted 76 trees. Choose the expression that that shows how many trees Shannon painted. So the total they painted 76 trees, right? fewer trees than Peko. So that is 76 minus D. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 5 math. We have started with the chapter coordinate plane. The lessons we have covered from the chapter coordinate plane are, I forgot the lesson names. Okay, then we have started the chapter variable expressions. The lessons we have covered today are right variable expressions, word problem. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. No questions?